Hey everyone! Welcome back to RPGeeks. It's the show where some geeky nerdy types play role-playing games and roll dice and tell stories and sometimes talk about science and sometimes get stitched together from other people as the only sprinkling of science.
I wasn't told about that.
It's a little bit sciencey.
It's a little bit sciencey.
Yeah.
There's nebulas and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many nebulas, guys. Oh my god, it's in space. Therefore, it's
honestly. So, real talk. Like knowing I was coming on to a podcast/stream that dealt predominantly in like actual science, for the longest time I was researching how do nebulas work.
Tell us how
what is a nebula?
Go on.
I love that you got so invested.
I was like, because you see them from a distance and they're beautiful and like full of colors, and I was like, oh, does it look like that close up? And it's like, nah, it just looks like stars, mate. And I was like, what is fun? So our galaxy. So yeah, I apologize for the lack of science.
Telescopes taking cool pictures and not actually looking like what they look like. Yeah.
Oh no! You get close up and you're like, "There's a star over there. It's far away. Like, there's one over there. It's also far on."
Look at that.
This is tragic. Anyway, as you may have noticed, well, I'm hoping some of you have returned from our last episode, which was Universally Acknowledged Part 1.
And it was universally acknowledged to be great.
Shut
up now.
So true.
It's true then.
Today it is Universally Acknowledged Part 2, with our returning, very exciting and fabulous and amazing and wonderful guests who we love. Let's all go around and introduce ourselves. Sam, why don't we start with you?
I am Sam, pronoun she, her, and I play Cressida Altair. She's fun. I'm excited to see how this wraps up.
I'm scared. Liv.
Yes, hello, my name's Liv. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Lady Celine Marshall, who also uses she, her pronouns, and she's fun and sad.
No.
Right? Maybe.
Oh. Oh, now that you mention it.
Perk up.
It's about to be even more fun and sad.
She's not going to perk up. Whatever happens this episode, she's not perking up. Sorry.
Maybe at the end.
Oh, maybe.
Happy ending, right? Regency stuff has happy endings.
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, they love a happy ending.
What does happen at the end? Are you being sarcastic?
Pride and Prejudice does.
Sense and Sensibility does.
Yeah, that's happy.
Northanger Abbey, I think, does.
Bridgerton's
a nice
pretty happy
Don't
ending.
look at anything by the Brontes. Yeah.
Well, luckily we're in the Austin Nebula, so it's all going to be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Well, somewhat down to all of us, but also down to our Fate Weaver, Edward Spence.
Hello, I am Edward Spence, he, him pronouns. I am your very real Fate Weaver, playing your very fictional side characters and your connections, which is this system's equivalent of NPCs. And real life Edward Spence is very, very excited to be back for a brand new week of storytelling.
Excitement. And then you have myself and Emily. For any new viewers who don't know, we are 50% of the RPGeeks. We're here all the time.
Hi. Most of the time.
I think most of the time. I think that's it. And I think we have to start playing the game now. Perhaps a little recap. Fate Weaver.
Absolutely, yeah. And first of all, I will also recap the system that we are using. So those of you who joined us last week will already be aware, and those of you who are new, or those of you like myself who require a little bit of a refresh and reminder, Good Society, which is the system we are playing, is a game inspired by the works of Austen, Charlotte Bronte, essentially Regency literature. And as a result, the game is split up into chapters. We have the narrative chapters, the epistolary chapters, and we also have, and I think everyone can agree these are the juiciest ones, the rumour and scandal chapter. Instead of dice, our players have tokens that they can use. They have monologue tokens and they have resolve tokens. So monologue tokens can be played at any time towards another player. Each of our players has one each. And by playing them towards another player, we are able to hear their innermost thoughts and their inner monologue. And Yes. And as for resolve tokens, these can be played during any chapter, and while they're fairly nebulous in their use, they can be used to affect the narrative in any way. So let's say, for example, that one of you was having a secret conversation with another character. One of you might choose to play a resolve token, so an NPC walks in and hears the entire thing. You all have resolve tokens, and so do I, and so do each of your NPCs, 2 apiece. But I believe that is everything from the system. I'm very excited to jump back into it, so join us for Chapter 2, simply titled Every Sort of Mischief. In the far reaches of space, within the twisting spirals of the Austin Nebula, home to the spacefaring society known as the Regency, 4 individuals came together at a ball, thrown by Lady Catharos upon the garish de Bourgh Observatory. Francesca Stein, along with her parents, Lady Mary and Dr. Shelley, come from another galaxy to implement their child into high society. Lawrence March, a poet hopelessly in love with one Evangeline Emmett Kite, a woman who reciprocates no affection towards him. Celine Marshall, a woman in a marriage that she has remained in out of duty towards both her husband and her family, rather than out of love. And Cressida Altair, a hedonist whose family fortune and inheritance is soon to pass to her cousin, Lord Mab, even as she finds herself intended for a man she cannot stand, the aforementioned Lawrence March. As each of them entered the orbit of Lady Francesca, this new arrival being the subject of much fascination, their paths collided in a number of unexpected ways. Lawrence found himself quite besotted, while Celine and Cressida both seemed determined to take this innocent soul under their respective wings. As Lawrence found himself threatened by Lord Mab Altair into going ahead with his marriage to Cressida, the better to ensure Mab's claim over his cousin's inheritance, all were invited to Celine's estate so that they may all get to know one another a little better. Once there, while Francesca was shown the beauties of the Rosings, horse-like creatures bred from plants, Cressida and Lawrence discussed how they might break off their impending marriage, while also preventing Mab from acquiring her family's inheritance. But as Lawrence continued to dote on Francesca, accompanying her back to her parents, simmering tensions came to a head between Cressida and Celine. Revealing that she knew of Celine's deep affections towards the head of the stables, Eleanor, Cressida offered to keep this information concealed in exchange for money. And as Francesca arrived home, she and Lawrence were both met by an unexpected face, Lord Mab Altair, there to arrange his engagement to Francesca. This marriage arranged, Lawrence wrote to his friend Edgar to set in motion his plan with Cressida, while Celine wrote to Lord Mab to warn him of his cousin's intentions. But as Celine turned in for the night, she was met by a knock on her bedroom door. Eleanor, and pulling her inside, shutting the door behind them, an unseen observer watched on. Celine's husband, Montgomery. So, players, we begin a new narrative chapter, and just as before, we have a choice of what kind of chapter we wish this to be. This can be an event chapter, a visitation chapter, or a split chapter in which each of you potentially do either consecutive scenes or scenes that are happening at the same time. It is entirely up to you, depending on what your characters wish to do.
I'm feeling split. I'm feeling like lots of, but I mean, I definitely have people to not murder. I don't know if other people.
There's a lot of like underlying are people murdering people going on in this game.
I'm worried about that.
I was right with my rumor. I don't know what you're talking about.
So,
Ramirez,
a split chapter. In
Let's
which
do it.
case, I will go around the table and I will find out what our characters wish to do, and then, based on that, we will commence our chapter. So, Lawrence, who would you like to see and speak to?
I need to check in with Edgar, and I need his scheming. We need some taking down Lord Mab scheming, and he is the man for the job. And I don't like Cressida is not the person for the job. I don't like this. That's gonna go badly.
Okay, so Lawrence will visit his friend Lord Edgar. Cressida, how about you?
I would like, and this doesn't have to be a whole thing, but at least a moment. She would love to confront her cousin about this
Interesting.
news.
Okay. And Francesca.
I think, well, she's probably being made up, shall we say, by her parents ahead of new nuptials. Yeah, I think. Who would she go see? I think she'd try and go see Celine. Whether her parents would let her or not is another thing, but that's what she would want to do.
For the purposes of this, I will say yes, you have been permitted a visit. And Celine, is there anyone that you would like to see or speak to?
I think maybe her and Eleanor have some stuff to discuss, probably.
Okay. So, I will say in that case, first of all, Lawrence, as you approach the estate of Lord Edgar, a mighty field of asteroids, sparkling pure diamonds, with a giant bubble round their center, in which you see giant structures made of glittering glass and crystal, looking almost like an upside-down chandelier, refracting all of the light that shimmers from these various rocks that spin around, almost like its own solar system. You see their glimmering golden ship, the neon Genesis, parked alongside it, and huge ramps leading up to your star carriage. And it appears next to this large, almost looking like the Emerald City from Wizard of Oz, albeit you can almost see through it. It is almost sort of the epitome of a glass house, albeit all of the shapes within it are strange and shimmering, almost like carnival mirrors. You can almost make out the people inside, but not quite. It is an unusual sight that has taken you many, many visits to get used to, and this effect is no less disorienting when you approach and once you are within. But as you are led inside...
I do recall that I have written poems about this, comparing this site to the beauty of Lady Emmeline Emmett-Kite, but as Lawrence looks at it today, he's not quite got the same inspiration, and his thoughts are perhaps wandering elsewhere.
And as you enter the giant hallway with these sweeping steps moving down in this ovular pattern, you stand there as from the top, after a couple of minutes waiting, you hear footsteps echoing round the entire hall as swishing his blonde hair around, and once again this almost slow motion, and you feel that he employs a certain gravity-defying gel towards his hair, as to enable it to move a little slower than the rest of his body, Lord Edgar Emmett-Kite strides down in a resplendent blue tailcoat. Oh my goodness, Lawrence, how are you, my friend?
Edgar, serious things are afoot, and I have rarely needed a friend so desperately as I need you and your skills now.
He places very heavy hands upon your shoulders, and you feel his muscular grip around your arms as he just looks at you and... Lawrence, when I received your letter, I thought only one thing. It is so good to get the team back together. Come on. And he strides you through to a nearby room, and you can see a number of robotic butlers moving around, and they bring over a large decanter of satin wine that shimmers, and as they unpop the cork, it sort of lifts into the air and into your goblets as he just passes one to you and takes one for himself. And so, you're in love of your life intended for another. Pretty bum steer, if you ask me.
Yes, although on the plus side, not your sister. So
Yes,
progress.
yes, but also not Cressida either, which is a very scandalous development, I have to say.
I mean, well, yes, well, that was never really, that's not, no, yeah, no.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
So, why do you require my assistance, dear chap? And please, make it as scandalous as possible.
Well, Edgar, as you know, I'm a very well brought up Viscount, and I write poetry, and I know a lot about a lot of things, and I'm very artistic and very creative and very intelligent, very handsome. You're right, Edgar.
Yes, no, I'm fine.
Just
Continue.
spit out your drink through some of that, right? Anyway, however, when it comes to, I don't know, taking people down, the thing is with Lord Mab, I mean, Cressida thinks we should sort of perhaps destroy him. I don't know. It's all just sounding very illicit and perhaps a smidge violent, and I just thought, Edgar.
Well, violence is not necessarily my speciality, but I would say if you want to take someone down a peg or two in good society, taking a life is so seldom as effective as taking one's reputation. I would wager if you were to... And, my dear chap, I have no idea what he seeks to gain in a marriage with someone such as Francesca Stein, being so new to the galaxy, but I would wager there's probably some merit behind it, otherwise a family like the Altair would probably not commit themselves to such a union. But I would say, if you wish to split them up, you probably wish to discredit him in the eyes of others within society.
Absolutely. You know, like when you know, someone opens a rival nightclub and then, you know, they mysteriously have their sort of business and reputation ruined and have to pack it all in, and yours is once again the best venue in town, whatever that venue happens to be at that particular moment of time.
I wish you wouldn't open that particular sore spot. That did shut down a number of aeons ago. I am still recovering from that, financially as well as emotionally.
I mean, it was a good night out there, wasn't it, Edgar?
It was.
It was good times.
All right, Lawrence. I will give you this. Whichever rumour you decide to spread, however you decide to discredit Lord Mab, I will do my utmost to spread this rumour as well. Make it seem as viable, make it seem as believable as possible. However, I will require something in return.
Oh, we're a team. We're a team, Edgar. You don't even need to ask.
Good, good. Well, if I am to help you, dear chap, it is on one condition. Your friend Lady Marshall. I know I mentioned I wished to speak with her already, but I would rather be keen for you to open up her door to me.
Yes. Did I mention? I was going to mention you. I can't remember if I got around to mentioning you. No, don't worry. I'm all over that. Yeah, absolutely. I was already obviously going to do that. You and
Lawrence,
the Rosings and those ones. Yes.
I know, if we may be frank with one another, I know for a fact that you have not been overly keen on my dealings in the past. I am aware. I know you look upon them with a smidgen of, and I hate to use the word, but a little bit of judgment. And I know it is far from me to accuse you of judgment when I have flicked over a number of your poems, and I have to say I've been rather critically, honestly so.
You're not the intended audience, so that's not the point. You don't have the eye.
Poetry not for the people. Look, we can have this conversation.
Anyway, okay.
Look, I wish to turn over something of a new leaf.
Oh, Edgar, it's great, and this new business plan, it sounds very above board.
Well, it is, and the reason is, my dear chap. And he uncorks the satin wine, which once again moves up in an arc and fills up his goblet, and he just stands and moves over to one of the nearby crystalline windows, which seems to almost open up, becoming less opaque, looking out onto the galaxy and the stars beyond. You see, I had a relative pass away recently, a distant uncle, and he had no children, nothing. And so, in his generosity, he instead chose to give it all to his distant nephew and niece, and it's a rather hefty nest egg, even when cracked in two. And it got me thinking, we only live as long as our legacy.
Really?
And thinking, well, I would say so, yes. I have no family to speak of, with the exception of my sister, and I know God knows neither one of us is intending to marry anytime soon, and therefore probably, well, I say not have children. I am aware I might have a few prodigies, but knowing my past luck with business endeavours, I wondered if it wouldn't be a wise thing to hand things over to someone who actually, dare I say it, knows what they're doing. I want a racetrack, I'm good with people, but I can't pretend to understand rosings or the breedings thereof, and evidently I'm not good with money, even though I do rather enjoy having it. Ergo, your friend.
I mean, that sounds wonderful. I mean, commiserations on the death of a relative.
It's
Congratulations.
fine, you didn't know him that well, but it did
Yeah,
get me thinking and got me a little
yes.
bit sad.
If you wanted a real legacy, I might suggest the arts, but we can discuss that further. Because
I want something that's actually going to make money, Lawrence.
Oh, right. Well, that's said you want a legacy. I mean,
You remember
genius is
the
not
theatre
appreciated
I
in
made?
his own lifetime. Sorry,
You remember the theatre that I made?
that went quite well for a little while. We saw some jolly good shows. Titillating.
It imploded and created a black hole, Lawrence.
Now it's a black hole, but for a while, spectacular pyrotechnics.
It's amazing what a bad review can do. All right, Lawrence, you have my word that I will help you.
Right. Yes, I will come up with something fiendish. I have a creative mind. I'm sure fiendish things are not beyond me. Right.
Just, Lawrence, remember,
Yes.
to the point, no waffling.
Always, Edgar. Of course.
Well, in that case, come with me. I have some Jupiter wine that you will find most titillating.
Jolly good. That's just cheered up a lot. So I have to have a little drink break.
Francesca,
Lack of focus.
as you approach once more the now familiar estate of Celine, you know you only have one afternoon with which to speak. Your parents are away from home. You know not where. But you suspect that they will be back before the day is out. You have a brief time with which to talk with Celine.
Knock on the door.
I think Celine is across the mansion, the estate, and then she's told a little bit later that you have come to the door and you are escorted in by our bachelor man.
Batman.
Batman.
Please come in.
Oh, thank you. I like your ears. Oh,
He's gone.
okay.
Was he ever there at all? I don't know.
You'd never know.
And then after a moment, Celine emerges. And it's like, Francesca, hello, how are you doing?
Hello.
It's wonderful to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Yes, and you.
Can we talk?
Of course, yes, of course. Come through to the lounge.
Yes.
She'll lead her into like a cozy little area, and it's got like a little fire going, and somebody comes out with like tea, like almost immediately.
Oh, thank you. I am sorry about the other day with my nose falling off in the garden.
Is that what happened?
Oh, yes, I think I'm allergic to lilies. Anyway, they've fixed it now. It's a bit different. Do you like it?
Yes, looks wonderful.
Oh,
Very,
thank you.
very nice. I would love to circle back to that at some point. I would love to circle back to the nose
Falling off?
thing. Yes, I've never
Sometimes
had
the
that happen.
stitches aren't very good, and so things just fall. But it takes quite a lot. Sneezing is one. Sneezes can be very fast. There's probably
it's
some
true, you
science
never
in
feel
that, but we don't have time. Anyway,
Yes, sure.
I didn't really want to talk about my nose, though. You said I could tell you things.
Absolutely.
I think I am betrothed.
As of when?
As of when I came back from yours the other day, my parents said, "Oh, there was this man there, Cressida's cousin, Mab, you know, the incontinent one, and he was
Yes,
there,
I've
and
heard
then
that.
my parents were like, "Oh, we've made you a match," and I don't really understand how that can happen because I hadn't met him before. And I don't know. Is he a nice person? Do you know him?
I haven't had the prolonged pleasure. I've seen him in passing. I don't really know what to make of the chap, but
Right.
have I heard any other rumors, Fate Weaver, about Mab? Any kind of info?
I would say Cressida, what do you think Lord Mab's reputation would be within the nebula?
Honestly, it would probably be really good. Like, he would probably be held in high regard and charismatic as hell, and, you know, just the most annoying things to Cressida, just to get under her skin. Yeah. People would like him, I guess.
Mab. Oh, okay. No, wait. Now that I recall, he does seem like quite the catch, I suppose. I mean, maybe not catch, but as a person, apparently is quite pleasant to be around. But of course, you know, people do put on airs, so we can't really be sure.
Yes, I don't like
what it's
that.
like behind.
It's like people are
don't
saying
like-
one thing and meaning another and then hiding another thing when they talk to you.
Yes, everything is it like a double entendre or something, but he does say something and then means something completely different. People love a good metaphor.
Yes.
I myself am guilty of dealing out a metaphor. I'm feeling very, very proud of myself for it, and then thinking, wow, that was quite pompous. But yes, if you want, I can endeavor to not do that when we speak.
Oh, that would be nice if possible. You've been married.
Yes.
How did that work?
You see, okay, sorry, just a bit, I'm feeling a lot of emotions. So, yes, I am very married, and she like looks around to make sure that nobody's kind of like listening in, that her husband's not around, and it's like, she'll scooch closer as well, and she'll just be like, I am married, and this is kind of why this hits a little closer to home, because I'm not entirely over the moon in my situation. I'm not happy. Sorry, I was beating around the bush again. Apologies. I'm not happy in my marriage. Not said that out loud.
Celine, she'll get up and kind of give her a hug. I'm sorry if I shouldn't have done that. You just look so sad.
It's fine. Oh, yeah.
So
She'll like slowly put her arms around like awkwardly.
okay. So
Yes.
you're
That's-
not
thank you.
happy, and I don't really want to get married, so I just shouldn't.
Yeah, absolutely. You should, if you have the choice to not, then you should not. Right?
Oh, I don't know if I have a choice, really.
Your parents orchestrated this, right?
Yes. Is that what happened with you?
No. Montgomery sought me out.
Oh.
He, um, yes, he fell for me quite quickly. I don't know if he saw it as some kind of challenge. I don't know. But so at some point I kind of realized that you can't turn down things such as this, and she'll gesture around to everything. And also, I have to send money to my family. Without my help, they'll be out on the street, most likely. So there wasn't really a choice for me in a similar way.
I don't think there's a choice for me either. If I don't do it, then my family, I think, will get sent back, and I think that would be bad.
Do you necessarily? I mean, if your parents were sent back, perhaps you. I mean, perhaps they don't have to know where you've gotten off to.
I don't understand.
Sorry, I'm doing the subterfuge thing again, where I don't say, what if you were to let your parents go, and perhaps you could stay here.
No, because they're my parents, and I need the doctor to fix me, and mother helps me with talking to people and how I'm meant to be, and I just don't think that would. I don't. No, no, that's silly. No, I couldn't do that.
Okay,
No.
okay, that's fine, absolutely. That you don't have to. I merely observed. Of course, I've not met your parents properly. I have worried since it just seems as though they're quite controlling.
You have not met them. Then how do they know that you are my cousin?
I don't know. I was informed that you are my cousin.
As you say this, Celine, I'm going to play a resolve token.
Ooh.
I am going to play one of Lord Mab's resolve tokens as the purple orb around your wrist lights up and Emma appears above. You have a letter from, and her eyes flit very briefly towards Francesca before coming back to you. A return letter from Lord Mab.
Oh.
Right.
I should go. I should go. My parents will be back soon anyway, so I should leave. Tell him I said hi, I guess. No, don't do that. That sounds weird. I don't know. Okay.
No, wait, please, wait. Just let me. I'm trying right now to. I'm trying to fix everything. I'm trying to figure out a way to help as many people as I can. If I were to try and help you, I don't know. Maybe I can make things right.
Do that. It's okay. Mother and doctor will look after me. It's okay. They would only do what's right for me.
Okay. Well, perhaps we can rectify the fact that I haven't met them. Maybe we can all have dinner at some point.
Yes. Yes, I think they would like that. Yes, you are a family, so that would make sense. They say family is most important thing, so yes.
Wonderful. Okay.
Okay. How is Angus?
Angus is doing very well. Yes.
And as you look out of the window, you can see in the distance Angus trotting along next to Eleanor, who leads him through the wide open green grass, running and laughing alongside him.
Very beautiful.
Mm.
Okay, I go now.
Angus is yes.
Um,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Goodbye.
Absolutely.
Thank you. If you want to talk, you can talk to me too.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Francesca.
Okay,
Um,
bye.
I'm only an Emma away.
I don't
Remember
have
that.
one of those things yet.
What if, I'll chase that up for you.
Okay.
I'll get you one.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye. She'll just take a seat and just kind of like stare into the fire for a little bit.
Emma again appears. Would you like to store the letter for later, my lady?
Please. Yes, that would be good. I don't think I'm ready for what he has to say.
Understood. And she flickers out. As on the other side of the galaxy, having just finished writing a letter, Lord Mab stands beside a large mahogany table, which shifts its weight a little bit as he sits behind it, and the chair does the same. As Cressida, what are you doing?
Was he silent while writing this? Or was he speaking aloud?
He would have been speaking aloud.
Can I use a resolve token to have heard it?
Absolutely.
Could you
You-
repeat it for me, though?
Hell yes.
So you hear him speaking into his very own Emma, who sits there silently. Lady Marshall. Fascinating. I would be delighted to talk further, especially in regards to my erstwhile cousin. My family and I are holding a party very soon to witness the imminent collapse of a distant galaxy. It'll be the event of the year. I would love for yourself and your charming husband to join. Perhaps we can talk further. Yours sincerely, Lord Mab Altair. And Emma disappears from around his wrist as he sits down behind his desk.
As soon as he sends that, she was just around the corner in the doorway, and she just leans in, makes herself known. So what was that for? Sounds like you've got a lot to say.
My beloved cousin, please, take a seat. And one of the
She
chairs
does.
walks its way over towards you.
She takes a seat. And definitely crosses her arms. And just looks at him. Well, go on. Seems like you have a lot to say. I'd love to hear all of it.
My dearest cousin, I am an open book. Ask whatever you will.
I did. So answer it and stop beating around the bush.
Well, it seems as though your friend... I have such difficulty keeping track these days, but your friend, Celine, or acquaintance, seems most interested in speaking with me over information on you, something to do with me. It was vague, beating around the bush, you might say.
Well, I did say so. You can go ahead and repeat it. Don't worry, you'll think of your own sayings at one point. Regardless, don't people always talk about you, though? I mean, we already know that, you have trouble.
And he looks down at his trousers and then back up at you again. And standing as the chair shifts its way back, similarly the desk moves to one side as well, skittering and parting like the Red Sea as he moves towards you. And he stands, looking down at you. Shall we be frank with one another, cousin?
What does that benefit me? Since that's what this is all about, you know, you getting the benefits of my side of the family. So how does it benefit me, cousin?
Well, it won't.
Exactly. So why should I? And she stands at this point. It's still looking up at him, but still. Barely. She's very tall.
Why did you really come here, Cressida?
Down the stairs.
Well, surely at this stage you will have heard of my nuptials.
Can't lie, that's exactly why I came down here initially. I also heard through the grapevine that you somewhat, in a way, threaten Lawrence. You know, people only threaten others whenever they're afraid of losing something. I've got you scared, don't I?
You did. Not anymore.
How does Francesca benefit you? She's new, nobody knows her family. What's your plan, Mab?
They didn't know her family. Until you and Celine, and even in his own small way, Lawrence, I suppose. Her family are quite brilliant. Scientists who've managed to extend the limits of life itself, maybe even attain that most desirable of things. Immortality. It's why I convinced my father to give them safe passage to this nebula. I promised to place them within good society, and once Francesca was a suitably attractive proposition, I would make one of my own. Our families would be intertwined. They would have access to my family's inheritance, and I to their research. And thanks to you and wonderful Celine, Francesca is a most attractive proposition indeed. So in many ways, I have you to thank for my marriage.
Lovely. Interesting. That you have to create your future wife. That's because nobody will touch you with a 10-foot barge pole.
Well, it goes
Wild.
without saying, Cressida, I would love to have you as our maid of honor. Truly.
This is my polite decline. Good luck, by the way. We'll see how far it goes. Cousin.
And what of you and your delightful poet laureate?
What of us? You had a good conversation with him.
I will, for once in our life together, give you the highest compliment I can give you. I think you're a little bit too much for him.
Well, we all know that. I don't think that's news to anybody.
How dreadful it will be to whittle your life away with such a pathetic twig of a man. Somewhat humbling.
Oh man, how dare you speak into the mind of Francesca like that? That's so upsetting.
Cressida, your father's passing, while sad, it did mean that my uncle was able to take the estate, a very valuable estate, from the hands of someone who would have thrown it all away. I promise you, in me it is an investment.
You know, that's rich coming from you. Because you just took it all away from me. And I'm going to take it all back. Mark my words, Mab. And enjoy the rest of your evening. And she turns to leave the room.
You should come to the party, by the way.
Oh,
It'll
I'll
be-
be there. Always. She says, leaving.
He nods and turns back around as Lawrence. Is there anything else you're wishing to do? Either with Edgar or anyone else?
Lawrence doesn't have a fiendish criminal mastermind. Like, he needs to do something dramatic, but all he really knows how to do is write things. So I would like to write in my least poetic way, so it can't be traced back to me, an anonymous letter to the papers about how Lord Mab is a terrible thief and he is after your monies. Is that plausible? Is that
Yeah,
monies?
absolutely.
It's very rich.
I will say I'm going to play a resolve token. As you finish your impeccably crafted, and I will say it is impeccably crafted.
Thank you.
It lays bare a litany of crimes, whether imagined or real, or a
Good,
mixture
good,
of the two.
excellent, yes.
It is immensely persuasive
Evocative.
and anonymous.
Great.
You send it off.
Yeah.
As Emma looks at you,
Magic fingers.
so that was meant to send to all, yes?
All the editors of the newspaper, you mean? That's what I said, right? What did I say?
Lawrence, you just said all.
Oh. From me?
Yes.
Oh. If I sent another message saying,
No.
oops, ignore that. Oh. John, no, don't look at that work. Emma, what do I do? Emma, I'm bad at crimes.
Lawrence, would you like to write another poem?
I'm trying to be fiendish, Emma, and I have it not within my sweet, innocent heart.
I
I'm
know.
too good.
And if she could pat your shoulder, she would do, as your letter flies out across the nebula to countless individuals. Anyone who has an Emma is in receipt of this letter.
That's not even, I don't know.
That is
people.
Millions upon billions. As
Believe me, though, so that's nice.
we'll see how the rumors phase
Yeah. Oh.
checks out. As Celine,
Oh, hello.
I am going to play a resolve token from one of your connections. As you sit there, staring into the fire, there is a tentative knock on the door, similar to that you heard the previous night. But as you turn, you see Lord Montgomery stood there. Hello, dear.
Montgomery. Dear. Hi. Hello. She stands up quickly and dusts herself down. How are you?
I'm good. I got back. I only just got back.
Good trip?
Yes. Yes. Do you mind if I sit with you?
Of course. Yes.
Thank you.
Tea? Would you like some tea?
Yes, would be lovely.
She'll start pouring it out and fussing and distracting herself.
He watches you throughout, and as you place the cup before him, you feel a very gentle hand upon yours. Celine, Are you happy?
Oh dear. She'll turn and look him in the eyes, like resolving herself to put on as much of a show as she possibly can. And she will grip his hand. Of course. Why do you ask such a thing?
When I first met you, I was dazzled by you. I remember, such a childish thing. I remember I promised to win you, I think I said. But that light that I first saw in you, and he looks to the fire. I've seen it dimming over the years. I place... It's not as an accusation. I feel I am tempering you.
Telling you. If there's anything I can do to be brighter for you, I'll do it. I'll do it.
He places another hand over yours and just looks at you. And it is, you realize the first time that either of you have really, truly looked into one another's eyes for a very long time. Celine, we are both good people. Just because we're good people, it doesn't mean we're right. Are you with me because you love me? Or are you with me because you feel you ought to be?
I don't know how to answer that. I don't know if I can answer that.
He just gives your hands a squeeze and lets go. You don't have to. But I just want you to know. I will always love you. And I will always be here. No matter where your future leads you.
You're not happy, are you?
I don't know if this is what happiness is meant to feel like, Celine.
I don't think so.
Just such a shame because I do enjoy living with you. He reaches over and just holds your hand once more. It's okay.
I don't know about that. I don't think it's okay at all. Do you... I think perhaps it might be Maybe I should for a few days perhaps I should leave.
Whatever you need.
You say that we're good people, but Montgomery, you are one of the best people I have ever had the pleasure of knowing. And I cannot for the life of me figure out why this isn't why it should. This should be right. This should be perfect. But I'll go get some things. And I'll get out of your hair. She will grab his hands and look him in the eye and give his hands a squeeze. She won't say anything, but she will quickly hurry off and go pack a bag.
He just nods to himself. And as you head down the corridor, away from your room, your footsteps echoing through this large and increasingly empty-sounding house, you see the doors open, and walking in the direction of the kitchen, you see Eleanor, who pauses as she sees you, and there is a smile, awkward, unsure of how to act, but she just nods at you and, hello, Angus is, well, I'm sure you saw,
I saw. You're doing an excellent job with him.
Thank you, milady. Are you all right?
No. I'm going to be leaving for a little while. I don't know how long.
I hope this has nothing to do with last night. It was out of order. I shouldn't have.
No. She's going to hold her face gently and say, no matter what happens, I want you to know that I do not regret last night. And I'll be back. I don't know if I'll be back here, but I'll be back for you, Eleanor.
She nods, and heading on her way towards the kitchen, she just stops and turns back, and I don't regret it either. And she heads off. As we come to the end.
Can I suggest that just at that moment, Lady Celine receives a very brief message from Lawrence just saying, gosh, Celine, I am having such a tough day.
And that is where we are going to end our narrative chapter.
Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, Lawrence. Oh my god. Oh.
So, after that, we move into our reputation chapter.
God.
So, first thing we need to do is assess our character's behavior during this last chapter. So, I want each of you to assign a reputation tag, positive or negative, to your reputation. So let's go in order of the sheet. So, Lady Francesca Stein, Emily, do you think you behaved positively or negatively, and how would you describe this?
I don't know. Can you come back to me? Sorry, I'm too busy crying, and I think I'm stuttering again, aren't I? Am I? Okay.
Okay. That's okay. So, in that case, that's okay. So, in which case, we will move over to Liv with Celine.
Yes, I've just been literally like hurriedly typing so and so synonym into Google. Yeah, I'm going negative.
Negative. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with weak.
Weak. Okay. So you have reached 3
Oh.
negative tags. So you will now trigger a reputation condition. You have a choice of 2. You have not welcome here. So one of those you depend on makes it clear you are no longer welcome in the house. You must find somewhere else to stay until you're reconciled. Or fracture. Someone close to you is appalled by your behavior and refuses to speak to you. One of those 2 things, and then we will play out a scene.
Should I decide that now?
We can leave it for now as we move on to Cressida. Positive or negative?
I guess technically this is negative, but she's been scheming. She's been very scheming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that will cause another reputation tag for you. So broke, your debts or poor behavior leave you unable to access your source of money, or fracture, someone close to you is appalled by your behavior and refuses to talk to you.
Wow, wouldn't it be funny if that was Celine? No, we just don't talk to each other the rest of the.
Bear in mind we have 1 narrative chapter left.
Gosh.
Nope, ignore.
I will be back in a second.
Let me think on this for a second.
Okay, no worries. Lawrence, positive or negative?
Shams, you're muted, I think.
I am. Thank you very much. I'm thinking negative.
We're all going negative.
I mean, the primary thing would be
What
really
a
bad at
strange
emails.
chapter.
Just very bad at emails, but that's not very
Okay.
poetic. So I'm going to go instead with transparent.
Transparent.
I think it's a sort of revealing of his attempt at scheming, and he's just not good at scheming. And to a lot of people, it'll be pretty obvious that this was supposed to be an anonymous scheming. It's not good. It's not.
Okay,
Good.
so you have a choice of 2 reputation conditions. You are an embarrassment to your family. They are ashamed of you and treat you as such both in public and in private, or non-marriage material. You have proven yourself ungovernable, your suitors become wary or reluctant.
I mean, I feel like non-marriage material is actually what we want, so it's not really a negative consequence.
Hey, we can play into that. That's absolutely okay.
Like,
Oh, no,
well,
I can't
he wants to
marry him. Gross.
Yeah, he wants to be negative to I mean, to
but
have
it'll
a
be
go
to
at
Francesca
his
too.
betrothed. Yeah, I know. The having a go at his betrothed, like that's going to look really bad. That it's like insulting Lord Altair when I'm supposed to be marrying Cressida. So, I'll go with that one.
Okay.
Doesn't look. It's not a good look.
Okay. And finally, Francesca.
Hello. Yes, I think I'm gonna go negative because why the fuck not? Can I go delusional?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh.
So, once more, you trigger reputation condition. So, great offense. Your actions are offensive to someone of local importance and they mean to make it known publicly. Or fracture. Someone close to you is appalled by your behavior and refuses to talk to you.
Ooh. What makes more sense? I'm trying to think. It's probably. Let's. What was the first one? Sorry, just say it again for me.
So great offense. Your actions are offensive to someone of local importance, and they mean to make it known publicly.
Yeah, let's do that one. I think that makes more
Okay.
sense.
So we have, and how about for yourself, Celine? Which reputation condition would you wish to trigger?
I think I'm gonna go with not welcome here. It makes sense narratively. Can I skew it a little bit and say that I'm the one making myself unable to return to the estate? I'm the one who's making myself not welcome here, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So as you pack your bags and as you make your way down the long gravel path away from your estate, you turn over your shoulder and you see Montgomery just stood outside, and he just nods at you and sadly waves.
Yep, she'll seal herself and she will turn and head to the carriage. First.
And as you take off, leaving behind the estate for who knows how long, across the galaxy, Lawrence, would you like to describe your parents for us?
I have a very nice mother. She's really just waiting on the, viscountly responsibilities to make more of an impression on Lawrence, because you can't just, in her opinion, as a non-artist creative type, she thinks one can't just laze around writing poetry, being a creative genius, all that sort of thing, and roles, responsibilities, diplomacy, blah, blah. Stop hanging out with Edgar so much. Stop chasing people who are betrothed. I don't know. I wasn't entirely listening for all of it.
So your mother just fixes you, and do you have any other parents, or is it just your mother?
No, just my mother.
Your mother looks at you and just, I mean, my goodness, Lawrence, I cannot believe it. The Altaires got in touch with me just the other day, and they're affected by this whole thing that you've sent around to every single, and I cannot reiterate this enough. Lawrence, everybody in the galaxy, Lawrence.
Well, that was a mistake, but the important thing to know is that he's a terrible crook, and don't you think that the people have the right to know? I'm a writer. I write truth, beauty, truth, the truth of him being a terrible crook. It's a very beautiful truth.
I remember, oh my god, I remember when you were writing poems about the space whales, and I remember at such a young and impressionable age, I didn't want to hamper your clearly innate talent, but I do feel that in your 20s, perhaps it is time to leave behind these more childish exploits.
I'm in my creative prime. My writings are my legacy, and I think it's very important to have a legacy.
Well, I don't know if you will have a legacy, Lawrence, because Lord Altair got in touch with me, and he says that he wants to call off the engagement between yourself and Cressida. I just worked so hard to try.
Oh, Mother, you are experiencing such pain. Have you considered writing a poem about it? Sorry, I'm sorry, Mother. I'm sorry, Mother. No, I am sorry. I don't look at me like that. I don't. Okay.
Lawrence.
I'm sorry. It was just. You see.
Don't suppose you've had any luck with that Emmett Kite girl, have you?
No. However, there are new and exciting options. Mother, there's since everyone now knows that Lord Rab Altair is a terrible crook, there's a very nice young lady who he was engaged to, who I'm sure shan't be wanting to marry him anymore, and her and I have gotten on rather well, and she's most intriguing and delightful and entertaining. I actually have a poem if you're at all interested about her.
Castaways from the Altairs, you will be well suited for one another. Read me the poem. Go on. I do like to hear them.
Yes. Okay. Pieces of my soul stitched together, bit by bit.
She starts to take notes constructively, albeit somewhat acerbically, as you continue writing on. As Francesca, which one did you choose again?
The first one, the person of great importance.
So who has taken offence at your actions, and what are said actions?
Oh, do I have to decide? I hadn't thought. Oh, gosh. Who's the uncle of the Altair family?
That
Uncle
would be
Puck.
Uncle
Lord
Puck?
Puck.
I wonder if Lord Puck has sort of seen that
Viscount.
Viscount, sorry. Viscount Puck has seen that she's, when her parents are away, running off to Celine's house. In general, he's in the carriage with Lawrence when they were not betrothed or meant to be together. And then suddenly his son has come back being like, oh, guess who I'm betrothed to now. And I know it was part of the plan. So if that doesn't work, let me know. But, yeah.
Absolutely.
She's got an awful new nose now.
I'm going to twist this a little bit.
Please.
As you come down, bearing in mind you are on the Altair estate, as you come down in the middle of the night, assuming that no one else is around, you hear voices. And I am going to play a resolve token from the Rumour and Scandal section.
Oh, no.
The Stein family having been kicked out of their galaxy. And you overhear, my son declined to tell me exactly what it is you were escaping in that galaxy of yours. Whatever do you mean, Viscount? Experiments on bodies? On your own damn daughter? What do you think people will make of the Altair family if we are connected with the likes of you? But Viscount, your son has already made all of the arrangements. It would be an awful pity to let him down, would it not? Especially considering how you came upon your dear brother's inheritance. Whatever are you talking about? Let us say, we are not the only ones keeping secrets, Viscount. All right. But I want you to know, if this marriage does not go ahead, the entire galaxy will know. The universe. There will not be a star system that you can flee to where you will not be pursued by the endless arm of the law. Are we perfectly clear? Our daughter has every intention of going ahead. Trust us. us, and we will trust you. And with that, the conversation ends as Lord Puck leaves. And Cressida, remind me what you chose.
So I actually want to go with broke, which is your debts or poor behavior leads been able to access the source of your money, but I'd like it to be in a result of the betrothal being broken off and as a way to still control Cressida from much else. You have to wait till she's betrothed to somebody else before you get funds, kind of thing. Because that sucks.
So I will say that you have tried to leave your estate a number of times, and I will say the equivalent of broke. Every time you try to leave, every time you try to enter one of your star carriages, every time you try to set foot off the estate, it is almost as though you are met with a barrier. Every time the purple orb around your wrist tries to make it through, it just... boom, boom. And you see arriving back from who knows where, your uncle. Stepping off a star carriage driven by space dolphins, and he steps off and begins to just stride back towards your home.
Where are you off?
I've just been attending to business.
Yeah, it would seem so. And she's looking down at her wrist. Am I a part of that business too?
Cressida, I will ask you this once and once alone. Were you responsible for the rumors spread about my son?
If I say no, will you believe me?
No, I will not.
Then why would I say anything?
That Lawrence boy has never had a spine. Why do you think he'd do so now?
You could ask yourself that question.
Know this. I took you in out the kindness of my heart. But I can let you go just as easily.
Can't wait for the latter.
Do you know what it is to be destitute? In an entire galaxy?
No, but I feel like you're going to tell me.
I cannot, because I don't know. We Altairs have never had to know.
Then why do you ask this question, Uncle? It almost sounds like a threat.
You can stay, and you'll be looked after. Or you can leave. And if you can be truly alone, the choice is yours. But you will have nothing. You will have no one.
Oh, you offer me so much. Let me sleep on it.
A fine idea. And he goes inside.
Can I send a message to Lawrence?
You can do in our next phase, or after the rumors and scandal chapter.
Yeah.
So, as we come to an end, and I will say, Celine, we don't need to play it out, but where are you headed to stay?
Is there any chance? I have an idea, but I don't want to drag things out too much. But I was
No. Go for it. This is our last episode.
Okay, I was gonna play a resolve token. I wanted to when Cressida returns back to her room, I want to be in there and I want to turn on a lamp and just be sat in an armchair.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Cool.
So Cressida, you enter not only your house, but your room. And Celine is there.
Oh.
Good evening.
To what do I owe the pleasure, Lady Celine?
I wanted to see if you might be interested in a truce.
Over what?
Look. I wanted to come to you with this first. I've been conspiring with your cousin.
I'm sorry. What?
I have been conspiring with your cousin. I'm trying
I just
to be
wanted to
more...
hear you say it a second time. Don't worry, I knew this. I
Yes.
overheard.
Oh, very good. Wonderful. Then you're in the loop. So why did you play it? Whatever. I wanted to propose that instead of blackmailing me, instead of us tangling each other up in these webs, why don't we just work together?
Oh, finally, you've come to your senses. I would love to. And she pulls up a chair and like sits next to you and kind of hunches over. And she's like, so what would you like to do?
And that is where we're going to end this chapter. As
Celine and
Get
Cressida
married,
forever.
yes.
Celine and Cressida forever.
As we move into our favourite chapter, the rumour and scandal chapter. So, this is our last rumour and scandal chapter, so let's make it a good one. So, the way that this works, for those of you who are new and those who don't remember, so rumours can be created and rumours can be spread. If a rumour is created, it is simply murmurings amongst good society. If it is spread, it is an assumed truth, and everyone believes it as such. It also generates its own resolve token, which any of you can play at any time during the game. We have one narrative chapter left. You can play these resolve tokens at any point. So, let us go round. Lawrence, would you like to create a rumour for us, or spread an existing one?
I would like to spread the rumour that Cressida and Lawrence are conspiring and probably going to murder Lord Mab. It's probably going to murder him. They're like
Perfect.
they're conspiratorial. They've sent the letter. Next step, murder.
Okay, so Cressida and Lawrence are conspiring to murder Lord Mab, which I suppose leads us on to Cressida. Are there any rumours you would like to create and or spread?
I would
And
love
I
to
will
spread that
say-
one, but not yet.
I will say also, if Celine and Cressida, you want to openly talk about any potential plans you have of spreading, you may do so now, or you may keep them in secret, whichever you would rather.
I don't know. Did you have a rumor that you wanted to deal with, Cressida?
Yeah, I think so. I think maybe Lady Celine was going to spread the rumor that she is actually of high standing. Like, it was unknown before, but she comes from, like, royalty or something wild,
Yeah.
you know, like something like that. And then possibly,
This is Celine, sorry.
yes, Celine,
Cool.
yes.
Okay.
And with that being the case, look, a marriage of convenience could perhaps be on the table. I don't know.
Come on, get down on
Okay.
one knee.
Yeah.
So Celine comes from royalty. Francesca, would you like to create or spread any rumours?
Can I spread a rumor and like add a little extra to it?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh, can I double down on the Celine comes from good stock? And that includes her
Mhm.
distant cousin.
Yes. Ah. Yes.
Let's
So Celine and all relatives thereof from royalty. Okay,
There's
so
probably a bit of
we
royalty
will
in Francesca's
consider
helmet.
Well, since that was double downed on, can I spread a
And-
different rumor? So that one's already fully confirmed.
Of course you can.
Sweet.
Yep.
I want to start the rumor that Cressida's cousin and uncle definitely killed her dad and sent her mom away, so that they could
Okay.
gain her family's fortune.
So Lord Puck and Mab killed.
Discredit them.
We're
And
suddenly
then
like,
we can all just
no,
live
give
in
us
my
good
house together.
rumors
Like we
now.
can be besties.
Okay, so Lord Puck and Mab killed Cressida's father and sent her mother away. Lovely. I will.
Do
I'm going to leave the spreading of rumors up to all of you. I'm going to create one. I am going to. Lawrence has written
Right,
his
poetry.
Odyssey.
Ooh,
He has written his magnum opus.
that's nice.
That is mine. So top of the round. So let's go back to Lawrence. Are there any rumors you would like to spread and or create?
I'm 100% spreading that Cressida killed her parents. Conflict with the other rumor, but
Yes.
like
I love it.
Good,
murder,
good.
murder.
That's exactly what I was going to
Okay.
do.
Finally, it's happened. The seed.
Yeah, we can spread
Uh,
completely conflicting rumors. Be great.
Wonderful. And then Cressida.
Can I double down on my own rumor?
Yeah, of course you can.
Hell yeah. So
Celine.
conflicting. Choose a side.
Yeah, they're both true. They're both just like, yeah, everyone knows. But
But
didn't we also
also
know? Well,
you-
yeah, that too.
Those all tears.
Yeah, everyone knows both of these things. Yeah.
They
Criminals
each
after
have
your
a
money.
resolve token as well, so they can each be used narratively within the next chapter as well.
Yeah.
Celine, would you like to create or spread any final rumors?
Yep. She's going to create the rumor that herself and Cressida are madly in love and have been this whole entire time.
You can't spread something that's true.
I'm spreading it.
Look.
Lovely. And finally, Francesca.
I'm spreading that. I'm absolutely spreading that Celine and Cressida are madly in love. 100%. Bro.
Yeah.
100%. So
There's no point me creating another one.
Create it
So,
because we just want to hear it. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know. These are difficult, especially when you don't have any agendas.
I don't
I
believe you
know.
don't have any agendas.
You're the GM, you
Uh,
always have agendas.
Bachelor is an interdimensional god.
Yeah,
That's just
Batman.
fact.
That's a fact. That's, you know.
Eldritch
Obviously.
god. There we go. Okay, so the current rumors that we have to spread and can be used as resolve tokens in-game by any of you. Cressida killed her parents. Lord Mab is incontinent. Celine is using illegal genetics in their breeding of Rosings. Celine and all relatives thereof come from royalty. Lord Puck and Mab killed Cressida's father and sent her mother away. And Celine and Cressida are in love. And as we finish that chapter, we go through to our final chapter before our break, the epistolary chapter. So each of you has 2 letters that you can write. You can also use a resolve token to force someone else to write to you. So, who would like to go first?
Me, I want to write that letter or speak that letter to Lawrence.
Okay, so go for it.
Imagine this as if somebody, even though she's speaking it, is somebody writing in all caps. What the hell was that, Lawrence? And then it's just sent. That's it. All you get.
Emma takes great delight in delivering this letter. Who else?
Can I send a letter to Lawrence as
Francesca.
well?
You may,
Lawrence.
absolutely.
Letter to Lawrence.
Lawrence,
What was that noise
I
again?
do not understand. I thought we were friends, and you are saying horrible things about the person I am betrothed to. Please explain. I do not get it. That's it.
I'm gonna send a letter to not everyone in the galaxy, but everyone I know, just saying, Cressida made me do it.
I'm
a
going to
part
play a
of this.
resolve token. I'm going to play a resolve token. Emma just goes, it happened again.
Well, okay. That's. I mean, as long as everyone. Right. Yes, that was a good idea, wasn't it, Emma? Though.
You
That
hear from
could-
you hear
that a
from
good idea?
downstairs, "Lol,"
Oh no.
as your mother screams up the stairs. Celine, are there any letters that you would like to send?
Yes, I would love to send to Lawrence LOL. And that is it. That's it for now.
Okay.
Lilies or lilacs?
We've all used one letter to be like, Lawrence, what the fuck?
So, one final letter that you can either send or receive. Anyone?
Can I spend a resolve token to get one from Mab?
You may, absolutely. Okay.
Click the button.
You receive the following. Francesca, I am so very pleased that you will be joining me for our upcoming party. Even with rumors swirling about both my and your family, I trust that we can overcome this together as a loving and strong union. I understand you have been speaking with Celine. I had hoped that she and I might have come to some sort of agreement, but it appears, given recent rumors of her and my cousin, perhaps I was being taken for a fool. I trust you will not make the same mistake. I am not a fool, for love or otherwise. If you want your place in this galaxy, as I know your family does, you will stay by my side. You will do what I ask. And if it comes to a point where I must not ask it, but tell you, you will fall in line. Understand this. My father and I are very powerful men. And we take what we want. And as I understand it, your parents can unmake you just as easily as they brought you into this world. With love. Mab.
Lawrence wrote much nicer letters.
Hell yeah.
We have 3 more players. Any letters you wish to send or receive?
I want to send a message to Francesca. Basically, she's mad at me about her betrothed. She's confused. I want to profess my love in the most beautiful poetry. Maybe I'll send her the poem I wrote about her. Maybe I'll rewrite it to make it less focused on the chimera metaphor. I'm not sure she'd like that. I thought it was real clever, but... And I'm just basically asking her, before you make a decision about Lord Mab, let me speak to you from my heart, for you have not seen true love until you have heard my feelings for you, though we have but recently met. I'm sure that none have ever stirred such emotions in me. Just really, it's a lot. And I'm just like, let's run away together.
I'm gonna spend a resolve token
No, no.
Why?
to make Francesca
What?
to give Francesca the opportunity to write back.
Oh.
As Emma confirms it is sent. Now, Francesca, you
Wait, who
do
did it send? No,
have-
Emma. Who did it send? Emma. Emma. Who did it send to?
It's fine.
Emma.
I took it upon myself to
Did
send
you?
it
Thank
to the
you.
reader.
Thank you, because
Can I
I
use a
don't...
resolve token
No.
and send it send it to Mab on accident?
Oh, do it. Oh, do it.
BCC. Secret
Emma
BCC.
just almost immediately crumbles and goes, I'm really sorry. I just didn't have the heart to tell you, as you receive a letter back. Lawrence. We'll talk. And that is the end of the message.
He
Cressida,
says as many words as I do.
Cressida and
Family
Celine,
resemblance.
you each have one letter left to send or receive.
I would love to send a proper letter to Lawrence this time.
Okay.
Please. My dearest friend, Lawrence.
Yes.
What on earth are you doing?
Ah.
I feel as though perhaps we have been a bit distant recently,
Yeah.
and maybe we need a bit of a check-in, because I feel maybe without you distracting me with all of your love poems, and without me reining you in slightly, we've kind of gone off the rails. So maybe we should have a little powwow and get things sorted. Just don't do anything until I see you next. Love you. Farewell.
Not even gonna reply because I'm gonna accidentally reply all. I'm not touching.
I think there's
I'm
a
not
virus
doing
in
anything.
your Emma.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna sit perfectly still with my hands in my lap.
Wait until I collect you.
And Cressida.
Cressida's actually going to write a message to Francesca.
Okay.
And dearest Francesca, there's been a lot going on with you and my cousin and my family and your family, and I'm sure you've heard all of it. I just want you to know that I'm here for you. And if you want out of this marriage, please come to me and we can talk about it. I'll get you out. Love, Cressida.
And with that, our epistolary chapter comes to an end. As we jump into our final chapter, which off-stream we have agreed as a group will be an event chapter. So, I'm going to need something from each of you. Emily, can you give me a time of day?
Any time of day.
Any time of day. Let's go with a particularly dramatic time of day.
Okay. 2 a.m.
2 a.m. So sun just beginning to crest over the horizon. Okay.
2 a.m.?
Wait, 2 a.m.? No.
Where's the sun out at 2 a.m. for you?
Circle.
All right, yeah, I guess it depends how high up you are. Okay.
Never
dark.
go to bed angry after 2 a.m. That was what I was thinking in my head. That's what.
We're all angry.
Okay. Liv, a type of weather, please.
Weather. It's got to be spatterings of rain that will eventually perhaps turn into some stormy weather.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Sam, a landscape.
Sorry, my son. Give me a second.
No, that's okay. In which case, Sharmony, a colour.
Well, a cat of colours. Let's go with pink.
Pink.
Yes.
Okay.
Lovely.
Lovely. And we will just wait for
Mhm.
some.
Ooh.
I
Being
see
taken
cats.
away. Escorted out.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Cat?
What did you
No.
ask?
Like that news video where the kid just comes in the
Yeah.
background.
Yeah, no, it first started with, Mom, what cheese do I use?
I
And then
mean,
the cat is
an
screaming.
eternal question. Oh wait, is the cheese for the cat?
No, he's
What
trying
was
to
the
make a
answer?
sandwich. I
Oh
said,
right.
whatever
Cheese
cheese
does
is
go
in the
best in a
fridge.
sandwich. Yeah,
I
that's
thought it
a good
was,
answer.
what cheese do I use to quiet the cat?
No, and then
Cheese.
she just started yelling, so he had to take her out. Anyway, I apologize. What did y'all say? What are we doing?
Can you give me a landscape? Any landscape you would like.
Oh, thick forest.
Forest. Okay.
Illuminated.
So, as you approach the Altair's party, hovering in the distance, you see a galaxy beginning to collapse in on itself. In a matter of time, it will implode outwards, creating light and matter and nothingness. I don't know if this is correct, actually. I'll defer to the scientists of the group. What would
We're
a...
absolute- I'm so
outwards,
sorry.
and then it's me
We're
and
the
Charmy
actual
both
worst
went,
people.
So
I was like, I'm
I
getting
was
this
in, I was like,
sorry.
"Mhm."
I'm so
So,
sorry.
would
Very
you, with the
horrible.
scientists,
Never play with us.
this is an opportunity for all of us
this is
to
why
learn.
we have to
What
play
does-
with Simon and Ali normally,
We're very
because
bad
they're
people.
awful
We're
people.
naughty.
what does
Explosions
it?
outwards.
Explosion outwards, implosions inwards.
So,
We're awful.
a collapsing
a
galaxy
would
would...
implode and then explode. So it would implode and then
Yeah, basically.
would it do that? I don't actually.
So,
I don't know if galaxies necessarily
Watching.
collapse, but that's fine.
This one
Well,
does.
This one does.
This
So
one
it's
does.
In this fantasy
Yeah,
world,
well,
it does.
Absolutely.
in time, you will see as this galaxy in the distance begins to shrink in on itself, soon to create a wave of energy and matter out in all directions. Currently, you see almost looking like the top of a planet that has been dislodged, a large crack of earth beneath it, floating in space. Atop its surface, you see shimmering, gleaming, almost neon trees. It is a wild forest, in between which float jellyfish of light, and you can see that it is illuminated pink everywhere, pulsating maroons and pinks and purples all around this space. And you see that here and there are clearings that are full of tables and chairs and parasols, and you see that from above there is spiraling from seeming nothingness rain falling down almost in this hourglass-esque sort of manner, and it collects at the bottom of this earth structure and balloons up on itself to repeat the cycle again. And you see that over the entire structure there is an artificial night that in due course will see the sun's rays. But as you all approach, who is arriving with who, and how are you arriving? I will start with Francesca.
Yes, I'll arrive with my parents, and I assume I get there early so that I can be around map.
Okay, so you are there early-ish, and as you arrive, you see both Lord Mab and his father, Puck, looking somewhat, certainly more uneasy than you have seen them. potentially ever. And bear in mind, you have only met Mab once or twice. He looks very fidgety, and his father looks the same. And you can see that all around, people are casting discerning looks in their direction. And you hear the odd whisper, Did you hear about what happened with his brother? I cannot believe it. Well, that's to say nothing of his niece. And rumours and whispers are spattering across the entirety of this not small gathering. Where are you headed, and who are you looking for as your parents cling to either side of you?
Mother, Doctor, I think you should leave me now. I should go
And
speak...
why would we do that, child?
Because I should go speak to my betrothed. I do not think it would look good if I walked up with my parents. I am meant to be a grown woman.
What a spine you have. So unusual, since I should be familiar with it. And she places her hand on your back. Where has this come from?
I think I am becoming my own person now. All thanks to you, of course, Mother.
Remember, it takes a village to raise a child. And she gestures at the different toned skins upon your wrist. And many to make them. And she gestures towards Mab and Puck.
I will confidently walk over and sort of curtsy. Lord Puck, Viscount Puck, Lord Altair.
A pleasure to see you, my dear. How are your parents?
I do not know.
Well, I will leave you lovebirds to it then. And with that, he heads off, and you see Mab just looking about the party and sort of only occasionally glancing at you and... What do you want?
I thought we could perhaps talk.
All right, if we must. What?
I do not know. Do you not wish to know anything about me?
At the moment, Lady Stein, I have rather more pressing matters at hand.
Yes, I've
And
heard
he
all
once
about
again-
your pressing matters. It seems
Have
like
you?
both of our
No.
families are in somewhat of a sticky situation, so we might as well stand together and look happy.
Very well. You know, my father has done all that he can to quash the rumors of your family. They have all but disappeared from good society. The same cannot be said for our own situation.
That is a shame. Do you know if your cousin is here?
I believe she is gallivanting about somewhere.
Excellent. I would like to speak to her, seeing as we are going to be family.
I will see you on the dance floor.
Cannot wait. Thank you, Lord Altair.
He nods, and as she searches for Cressida, Lawrence, where are you? And have you come with anyone?
Well, I sat at home waiting for Lady Celine, like I was told, and I didn't move, and I kept my hands in my lap, and I didn't do anything.
Very good. Yeah, I think we can definitely arrive together. Yeah.
Okay.
If you'd rather be here with Cressida, I understand. I feel, you know, I can't believe I didn't. Lady Celine, I may have neglected our friendship somewhat. being somewhat preoccupied with my own affairs of the heart, that I didn't realize how painful it must have been for you to have my betrothed, and who I'm obviously complaining to you about, and then you're actually desperately, madly, hopelessly in love. When I think of some of the poems I read you, they must have really applied to your situation. You must have really felt them deep in your heart, empathized.
Any of that you saw in my eyes was definitely directed towards Cressida. Absolutely, yes.
Yes, I'll endeavour to be a better friend, especially if you can help me with any of my current predicament, because I haven't handled it well, and I'm not good at email.
Usually I will be as gentle as possible with you, Lawrence, but you fucked up.
Yes, Celine.
Yep.
Sorry, Celine.
It's fine.
And speaking of fucking up, I'm going to play the last of Lord Edgar's resolve tokens as sliding into place in front of you. Speaking of those who haven't fucked up, Lawrence.
Slip of the tongue. Hello. Lawrence?
Hello. You must be Lady Marshall. A pleasure.
God, yeah, no, I've remembered this time. Celine, you remember how I told you about how great my friend Edgar is at business, and how I told you on the way here that that you should go into business with him, and he's great, and after you've helped me with my situation, make sure Rosings, I don't know. Yes, it's Edgar. Celine,
Right.
Lady Edgar, Lady Celine, Lady.
Edgar.
You know what I
Hello. Charmed to meet you. I've as you must know, I do love Rosings.
I know you do, and don't worry, you don't need to say you've heard all about me, because I know it's probably not very good. But I did want to bend your ear somewhat. I find myself with a fortune, and having burnt through quite a few, I would quite like to not do the same with this one, and I was wondering if you might be open to the idea of a little bit of business between the two of us. Your expertise, my dashing outgoing nature.
What did you have in mind?
Well, especially with this whole royalty angle, and he begins to take you off to one side into the crowd as...
Be good, she says. Hold on.
God, oh no, she's left me.
Oh.
Cressida, where are you as the party is underway?
She probably would have been there early as well with her family, just very well keeping apart and being the more sociable of the family members and greeting everybody very politely, watching Francesca and Mab have what seems to be a very uncomfortable conversation, at least on his part. And Francesca was going to search for Cressida, right? Yeah. I guess seeing you walk away, she would meet you halfway. Francesca.
Hello.
That looked like a really great conversation. What'd you talk about?
I am sweating a lot. I
can hear her. And she's going to reach down and, like, I don't know, a bag she has and pull out a fan that, like, whips out beautifully and just, like, start fanning you.
Okay.
Don't worry. You can tell me everything. Do we want to go sit down first?
Yes, please. Okay.
Awesome. Beautiful. And she just grabs your arm aggressively, but excitedly, not in a mean way. Just to pull you off to the side.
So we're
and sit
going
you
to
in a chair,
be
and she sits next to
cousins
you.
now, because your cousin is going to... apparently I have to get married to him. I don't really want to get married to him. And you said we maybe could do something, and I just... I tried to... Celine kept saying... She said how people don't say what they mean here, and they sort of hide behind things. So I thought I would do that and say things to people that I didn't really mean. And it is hard. My brain hurts.
I'm so proud of you.
Why?
You're learning high society very quickly.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome.
How do
Now,
I
the
not
way
get
we could
married?
Get out of this. Oh, well, you just have to confirm with everybody who asks and leave Lord Mab, because he and my uncle definitely it off with my parents.
Is that true?
Easy. You just have to... Yes, it is true.
Oh. I cannot marry a murderer.
I know, that would be the worst, right? So it's an
Yes.
easy break off. And then, once they are done with, I will gather my family's fortune the way that I rightfully should have, and I can take care of you.
Well,
And we don't have to be married.
I've heard that apparently I am royalty now.
I did hear that. I didn't know that. I don't know why you weren't introduced that way.
Yes, I don't know either, but it's great. So I'm sort of thinking that me and my family can just go do our own thing. And then we get money, right? That's how royalty works.
Well, it would if your family wasn't also tied up in this whole issue of your family escaping something
Yes.
from another galaxy. So you've got to
It's
avoid
just
that
so
as well.
silly. They're mad because they've tried to make me better. And everyone in our galaxy just gets real mad about it. But they just wanted me to
Yeah.
be good. And it
And you're
hurt a
great.
lot. But you know, I think it's I don't Cressida, I don't know anymore. I think maybe my parents have been doing that thing where you say things and you don't mean them.
I can guarantee that that's what's been going on.
Oh,
Our families are very alike, and that's not a good thing.
right. Okay. And
So are you in
hey,
or not?
You and Celine, I heard. That would make
Oh.
us family in a different way. And I don't even have to marry Matt.
That would make... I need to talk to Celine. That would make us family.
I'll
in a
leave you
different
two
way.
alone.
No, it's fine. It's all right, and we're still not. Is she coming?
Okay, I think I should go dance with Mab. Ugh.
Just keep selling the lie, but
Yes.
also on the side, it's, just make sure people know that they don't deserve the Altair fortune.
They don't deserve the Altair fortune. Okay, but you do, right?
Absolutely.
Because I
Yeah.
heard another thing, but that's not
That one's not
you.
true.
That one's not true. Okay. Do you know if Lawrence is here tonight?
He should be. I don't know why he wouldn't
As,
be.
as you say this, you see Lawrence, who's bouncing around in the background. Again, he's doing that thing where he's in the right position, so he's behind Cressida so that she can't see him, and he's making like eyes at you and like pointing at Cressida and being like,
Oh, lady.
"There's miming happening."
But he's over there, actually.
Yeah, you just turn around.
Hello, Lawrence.
We should go over to him. And she stands up and once again aggressively grabs your arm and just drags you with her.
I can walk, Cressida.
Yeah, you're doing great. And she's pulling you even faster.
My feet will fall off.
She slows down. Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry. I forgot about that.
Oh, very
Lawrence, you
tenuous.
watch as both Cressida and Francesca begin to approach.
I look really casual. Oh, hello. I fancy seeing you here.
Lawrence, I think you were right about Mab.
Yes, I was. Well,
I don't know
knew
about
that.
the stealing monies thing, but I don't think he's a nice person.
Well,
I think the first
exactly.
part is true,
It would.
technically.
Well, Cressida would know about crimes, so
Well, yes, I did
Why did
hear
you say it
that.
like that, Lawrence?
no reason. Lovely Cressida. You're wonderful. I think you're great. Can I just talk to Lady Francesca alone?
Absolutely. And she just walks away at that.
Hello.
I've been so worried about you, Lady Francesca, because I've heard some terrible things, and I think Lady Cressida is a murderer, and
I don't
also
think that's true.
her uncle and her cousin. I think they may have all been in it together, and I think you may be in great danger, and I can rescue you. That's the important thing.
Lawrence, I don't need rescuing.
But they're murderers, Lady Francesca. They're all murderers.
I don't think they'll murder
Probably.
me. I think they need me.
Oh, Really?
Feels like it.
Well, you don't want to hang out with murderers, do you? You never know. Then what if they change their mind and feel a bit murderous? I don't know how it works. I'm not good at crime.
Lawrence, why
Yes?
did you say those things about Mab?
Oh, well, because to be honest, it wasn't for truth, but it was for beauty and love, Lady Francesca, because the real truth is that I love you, and when I found out that you were to be married to Lord Mab, I felt I must do anything in my power to stop that.
Lawrence, you are not in love with me.
But I have a poem here that would beg to differ.
As much as I would love to hear it right now, I think that's a different voice in my head who really wants to hear the poem. We don't know each other.
No? So?
So how can you be in love with me?
Oh, that's easy. You see, I saw you.
Lauren.
It's all in the poem, actually. A poem about the moment that I saw you, and I was like, aha, this is love. I thought the previous thing was love. It wasn't love. I was a fool. So naive. Now, it's love.
Lawrence, I think you just like the way my parents made me look.
Yes, it's lovely, yes.
Right.
Yes. Good. I'm glad we're agreed.
No,
I love you.
I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't. Lawrence, I think you're very nice, and you asked about things I liked, and you got me lilies, and you didn't know that my nose would fall off.
No, I didn't.
But
I didn't.
I do not think you're in love with me. I think you have some strange... I think you're the type of person that can fall in love very easily, and it's not really love. I think you just see pretty things, and you go, oh, I like this pretty thing. You know?
Not the same, basically.
No, I think if you love someone, you have to like them as a person as well.
Really?
Yes, I think so. I mean, I'm not an expert by any stretch, but I do not like Mab, is what I've learned recently. I thought maybe he would be nice, but he's not.
Right. This is confusing. Poetry has not prepared me for this.
Right.
What do I do? Celine left me.
well-
I don't know what to do. I don't know what I've done.
No,
I
don't think
know
you
what.
should marry Cressida, because I think her and Celine are gonna be a thing.
Yes, and also she's a murderer. God, I need to rescue Celine. Oh God.
Right.
Okay, right.
but-
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't think Lady Cressida is a murderer, but I'm not very good at all this.
Okay, well, I
But,
mean, yeah. You don't know her like I do. Like, she's pretty scary. Just
Lawrence,
saying. Yes.
Maybe we could,
Yes, Lady Francesca.
after, I'm not betrothed to Mab anymore, which, I don't know if that's gonna happen, because I don't think my parents... I don't really know what's going to happen. But maybe we could, go for a walk or something.
A love,
No,
a friend walk,
Just a walk.
a like walk.
Like a walk.
Because-
A walk. Okay.
A walk.
What? Like for frying? No, a walk. Yes.
Right.
Right. Could I write a small poem about it?
Maybe a
or-
small poem, but only a little
Small
one.
poem.
Like a haiku.
About the weather.
Okay? Haiku.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay. I'll start thinking of rhymes now.
That sounds good. Okay.
And as this conversation continues on, Celine, Edgar finishes his proposal to you, and so, what do you think?
Might understand, Ed. This actually sounds like an actual good business deal. It seems legit.
It seems like he has a whole lot of money that, in previous endeavors, he would have tried to orchestrate himself. He has, you're not sure why, but he has learned from his past mistakes, whether it is the passing of his distant uncle or otherwise, but he appears to want to actually do something with this money, and he realizes, based on past experiences, he is not the person for it.
Well, that actually sounds rather good. Edgar.
Well, I know.
I definitely think there's room here for us to, look into it. Absolutely. And I have a team. Well, a team being myself and a colleague that could possibly help us get up and running. And
Well, I'm sure the family name wouldn't go amiss.
yes, of course. I do think that I would be able to orchestrate that. Yes, yes.
Wonderful.
We'll talk. Yes, let's meet up soon.
Wonderful. Well, I will leave you to your party and your waving. And he just heads off. And as he moves to one side, I am going to play a resolve token. Montgomery's final token, as you see him sat alone at one of the tables, just cradling a small cup of crystal.
Okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. She slowly heads over and she will give a little wave. Montgomery?
Celine. Hi.
May I sit?
Of course. Would you like some tea?
Yes. That would be lovely.
He pours you some and places one in front of you.
Thank you. How are you doing, Montgomery?
Well, I think. Place misses you, as do I, but
I miss it. I just don't think it's I don't think it's right for me to be there. And I miss you as well. I hope that you don't think I'm just saying that. I do, and honestly, I think I've missed you for a while now, actually. Sorry, I don't want to tear up in the middle of a party. Hardly
for what it's worth, Celine, I think I've been missing me too.
Do you I know this is a big ask, but do you think it would be possible for the two of us to be friends? Would that be, do you think? I know it's a big ask.
It's not a big ask when you already know the answer. We've been friends for a long time. Why break with tradition?
She will give his hand a squeeze.
I hope you don't mind, especially given recent rumors about yourself and Lady Altair.
Right.
Seeing as I found myself without a +1, and he nods in the direction of a clearing stone's throw away, and you see Eleanor standing there in the midst of the crowd.
I would love to just start off by saying that nothing is actually, please don't tell anyone, but nothing has actually happened between myself and Cressida. I just wanted to let you know that.
I assumed as much.
Sure. Right. I should go have a chat, I think. And if you don't mind, I would love to actually have a chat with you later on. There might be some a business opportunity that you might also be interested in. I'll get back to you on that.
Take as long as you need.
Could I and she'll just very quickly give him a very solid and kind of almost desperate hug, but just she holds him for a good while.
He holds you back and just strokes your back and just, it's okay.
If you decide to get back into the dating scene, the people are going to be crawling, they're going to be beside themselves, trying to,
I know.
Good. Right. I will see you in a bit. Let me introduce you to a few people as well.
Yes, I don't know anyone.
Yes, we'll get you talking. Great. All right, I'll be back in a bit.
So, as the party progresses, what does everyone want to do with the rest of this chapter?
I would love to just chat to Eleanor. But we don't necessarily have to play it out. But just kind of a discussion of now might not be the right time. Everything is still up in the air. And she deserves more than that. And also, once again, confirming that nothing has actually happened with Cressida up until this point. But
I know.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to see you, and Lord Montgomery, and you had not seen a party, let alone a galaxy ending. So
I'm sorry about everything, by the way. I feel as though I've not handled things very well at all.
neither did I. But in a galaxy this wide, there are bound to be one or two of us who make mistakes.
Well, perhaps we can figure some things out soon enough.
I'd like that.
And I'm going... There might be some things that happen later on in this party that you might think are out of character for me, and they probably are. But I think I need to do a few things that secure my position a bit more. I don't want to be dependent on anyone if I can avoid it. So this is a start.
So I get a front row seat, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I will leave you to it, and if there's room in your very busy schedule, I hear there's dancing.
I'll save you a dance.
I'll see if there's room on that dance card.
Thank you. That would mean a lot to me. Thank you. She begins to walk away, but she trips a little bit, it's a rock there. Cool. Right. See you in a bit.
Anyone else at all?
Question.
Yes.
So would my uncle, be drinking throughout this party? I'm looking for the answer yes.
Yes.
Sick.
You notice heavier than usual.
Even better, because I have not yet played my positive reputation outcome from last time.
Oh, you didn't! Oh, you
True.
fiend! Okay, right.
So I would like to find him at a point where he is not surrounded by a bunch of people.
You see him
Bring-
sat on a long observation deck on the edge of this island of basically this forest island that floats through space. And you see that there's a small parasol above him, invisible to the naked eye, but rain bounces off the top of it and cascades down around him.
Beautiful. Okay. And she would kind of waltz over and, with 2 drinks in hand, one for him and one for her, and sit next to him and just offer it to him. Would you like another drink, Uncle?
Commiserations.
She sips along with him. So, now that the public really think about our family in different ways, both different parties are thought to have had a hand in the different ways that you've gained my father's fortune. When are you just going to own up to it?
What do you mean?
When are you just going to admit that you're the reason my father's not here and neither is my mother?
Your mother
Because
chose to go away and join the sisterhood. I had nothing to do with that.
But what pushed her, Uncle Puck?
She was grieving. We all were.
But why was she grieving? And I'm going to utilize my acts of daring, which is when I urge an intoxicated connection to do something reckless, embarrassing, or unusual. They will either do so or they will reveal the truth of why they won't. And I would like to utilize that in not an action, but a spoken truth.
He turns to you, and you suddenly realize that you find yourself on a very precarious observation deck. It almost looks like a pier jutting out into space. And he turns around to you as the umbrella follows the both of you. He walks towards you, his breath heavy in the air. You want the truth?
Well, I've been asking.
All right. There it is. I killed my brother. I killed your father.
Well, that's
Because I
so
was...
hard to say.
You asked me how I knew what it was to be destitute. I told you I didn't know. I almost did. I fought to avert that. And I'd do it again.
Thank you for telling me. And then I would like to use my last resolve token to have convinced public to be around us hiding to hear this.
I will
Confession.
say that as you have been speaking, if this has been your plan all along, suddenly the purple orb on Lord Puck's wrist lights up and Emma flickers above it. Sorry, did you mean to send that to all, Lord Puck?
Yes, Emma, he did.
What did you do? And he
I didn't do
starts
anything.
to push you towards the edge of the pier. What did you do?
Shoot, I'm out of resolve tokens.
But I'm not.
I didn't do anything. Is anybody
He-
near us, though?
We can be.
It's up to everyone else.
Everyone gets
Yeah.
resolve tokens.
Yeah, I was thinking of spending a resolve token. So yes, I will do so. I've come up to talk to Cressida about the fact that everyone thinks that we are in love. And then I see them kind of like squaring up, and I'm like, no. Oh, the murderers are going to murder. Okay, okay, right.
Told
and
you.
she,
Hate when that
Murderous family.
happens.
and she's going to just she's gonna grab Uncle Puck from behind and just kind of try to just restrain him. Like, okay, hello, right, you've had a bit of enough, haven't you? Yep, okay. Oh, this is a lot of physical effort. You're bigger than me. Let's all
He
take
has
a
resolve
moment.
tokens too.
I'm going to play a resolve token as over your shoulder you hear a familiar, subservient voice. Would you like some help, madame? And Bachelor walks forward, a cloak made of wings over his shoulders. Allow me.
Can always count on you, Bachelor. Okay, take him away.
And he flies off in the direction of the center of the party. As in its...
Can I
Yes.
can I rush in at that point and say,
Yeah, of course.
Celine! Oh, thank goodness I'm in time. I'm here to rescue you from Cressida before she tries to murder you.
But I just rescued Cressida from being murdered. Who's
Doesn't make
murdering?
sense. Well, I'm rescuing. I don't know. I'm trying to be a hero.
Okay, sure. You could be a hero in different ways, probably. I think we're good here. Are you going to murder me?
Sorry.
Cressida, are you going to murder me? He said,
No, but I would like to find my cousin. She says just walking past the two of you.
all right,
You're welcome to come along.
sure. Yep, shall we? Yep, okay.
Yeah.
It's a show.
Mm.
As this is happening, Francesca, what are you doing?
I'd like to go talk to my parents.
You do, and you see that they are in deep conversation with what looks to be a very panicked Lord Mab, and you can see everyone is looking at the purple orbs over their wrists as Emma flickers in between the entire crowd, turning this already luminescent pink and purple space sort of even deeper shades of purple. And as you approach, your mother turns to you, as does your other parent, and Mab turns towards you as well. And we need to make this official as quickly as possible. You and I. We need. I have your parents' permission. We must officiate this today.
I'm sorry, why? Mother? Doctor, why?
Darling, Lord Mab is in need of our help, and surely it would go a long way.
He's a murderer, Mother.
Darling, such scurrilous rumors cannot possibly be made to last.
Lord Puck just admitted it. To everybody.
That was my father. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. I had nothing to do with it.
Lord Mab,
Francesca,
I am not talking to you. I am talking to my parents. Doctor.
Darling?
You do not want me to marry into a family of murderers. You said you always wanted the best for me.
She glides towards you, her face shadowing yours, looking down at you as she so often has in the past. But their eye flickers a moment. I did not put that inside of you. Did I, daughter?
Must have found it's where they're from somebody else.
Lord Mab, I am afraid our daughter is right. We cannot be seen to be dealing with whatever it is you are.
Apologies, Lord
And then
Mab.
And your mother comes and stands on your other side. After all, if the rumors are to be believed, we are royalty. Distantly. Francesca, you don't understand. I will lose everything. Please, Francesca.
I don't understand. You were horrible to me. I was willing to talk to you, to give you a chance, and you just told me that I had to do. You threatened my family.
I was willing to give you a place in society. You are ungrateful.
I don't give a shit about the place in society. I don't think you're very nice, Lord Mab.
Please marry me.
I would like Cressida to walk up during this finally. And is this pretty loud?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one hurts. What did I tell you, cousin? They always come from me instead. You know, and she comes up and puts a hand on his shoulder. It might be best that you leave. The crowd's getting angry.
This isn't over.
Good night.
You
Well
won't
enough to
hear
me.
me. He looks at you, Francesca. I could have made something of you.
Well, my parents already made me.
You hear a wry chuckle from beside you as your mother laughs, and you feel the reassuring hand, for now, of Dr. Shelley. Mab looks between you and his cousin, and he sees Lawrence and Celine in the distance. Fine. I'll be done with a whole lot of you soon enough. And he stumbles off into the crowds.
Not without my family's fortune, he won't.
Oh gosh, that was terrifying.
Proud of you. From what I could hear, it sounded delightful.
Very, very good. Can I use the resolve token of the rumor of Lord Puck and Mab killing Cressida's father, and just get the crowd riled up as he tries to leave, and just say everyone, you could let a murderer just walk out of this party, or I don't understand. Is that? I mean, look, I think mob justice should be employed here. Personally, I don't know. I'm just saying, it's just a murderer right there.
As you say this, a cornucopia of aliens and robots, and you see, jumping down from the shadows, Bachelor as well, descending upon this individual, and sort of, it takes a while and a lot of protestation, but slowly you see authorities coming from various star carriages, and placing coral around his wrist that solidifies within a matter of seconds. You see Mab being led off in the direction of these carriages. As in the distance, you see a galaxy continue to shrink and shrink, as in the far distance, orange light begins to peek around the side of a passing planet. Sunlight streaming across this luminescent pink forest, your shadows stretching across the grass. What are you all doing?
That felt great.
I
Drinking another drink.
no one needs rescuing now, right?
I need to talk to my parents. Would you all mind?
Not at all. No, we'll just pop over here.
Mother, doctor. Thank you, I think, for that.
The doctor leans down. Darling, You did exactly what you were brought here to do. You have established yourself in society.
Yes, I have.
And you have secured our future as
No.
well.
No, I don't think I did do that. I think I secured my future. I think you should go.
What do you... What do you... And your mother steps in. What do you mean, darling?
All my life you told me I wasn't perfect, but these people, they love me for who I am. And
As friends.
yes, as friends. Lawrence thinks he loves me, but it's a different thing. He's a Viscount, though, so, you know, you'd have liked that if you just listened to me. Anyway, I do not wish harm on you, but I do not wish you to be here anymore. And I think you should go.
I gave you your mind, and your heart, and your body. What are you without those who created you?
I thought they were a gift. You don't ask for gifts back, do you? If you only made me for what you wanted, then... well... I do not wish to be yours anymore.
The doctor looks at your mother, and your mother looks back. Your mother reaches forward, and for a moment, you see a facsimile of sorrow through her eyes as she places a hand upon your cheek. And the doctor's hand reaches around her wrist and tenderly takes her hand. Never mind. Mark II will be better. And with that, they lead
I'm sorry,
your mother away. She does not look back.
I will run to Celine and just, like, cry into her.
Yeah, she's already on her way to you. And it's you a big hug.
Have I made a mistake?
No, no, not at all. I think you've done the right thing for you. And, if it helps, I'm actually quite a good seamstress, so if anything does kind of, you know...
Good, because my foot is feeling really loose right now, and I was worried about what would happen.
Oh, we can sort that.
Great film.
I've been working so hard, and I'll at least drink for you.
As you stand there, Lawrence, you just feel a very heavy hand on your shoulder as Edgar stands next to you and... All right, old chap. You look rather the worse for wear.
Yeah, life is confusing. I'll write a poem about it, I think. I like you, but we shouldn't be married. But also, I like Lady Celine. We also shouldn't be married. I'm going to try and see if I like Lady Francesca, but I'm not allowed to like her just because she is made well. I've learnt that. Cressida,
Lawrence, let me ask you... I will have another drink in just a moment, so don't expect quite so deep a question from me next time. But, Lawrence, love for you. Why do you love the people that you fall in love with? I'm just interested. I don't see much of my sister, obviously, but you clearly did. Why did you love my sister?
Sort of forgotten now. It passed. You know, it was really enjoyable at the time. I enjoyed being in love with her. Felt good,
But-
and I wrote poems about it. And even when it felt awful, that's quite good for poetry.
I don't know how healthy that is. But what about Francesca? Why did you love Francesca?
I mean, she was new. Don't get many new people around here. Also, there was this whole very rich seam of untapped metaphors about stitching that I could really see working for my poetry. I want people to think I'm deep, Edgar.
All right, let me ask you another question then. And he perches on a nearby table and swishes his frustratingly perfect hair behind
Very
him.
handsome, yeah.
Why do you love your art?
Oh. Oh, I never thought of that. I suppose I do. Because it's beautiful. Well, I think it's beautiful. I know you don't think it's beautiful, but I think it's beautiful. And I want to take the truth of me. I think I'm beautiful inside, and I want to take it and put it on the outside and say, look, my truth is beautiful. And I want other people to see that. And no one really thinks I'm beautiful.
I don't know about that. I think you're very handsome. But also,
I think you're handsome too, Edgar. You're a good friend.
I guess what I'm trying to say, Lawrence, if I may, the way you view your art, that love, that desire to just come across honestly, maybe try applying that to the outside world.
Oh, right. Okay.
I mean, you're not
Right.
trying to prove yourself to your pen and paper, are you?
Little bit. I mean, maybe a little.
I mean,
have
we
been.
all
Maybe that's
are.
why my poems
First
weren't as
draft,
good.
perhaps, yeah.
Yes. You know, maybe my poetry and my life would be better if I didn't focus quite so much on how it looked.
Well, how about, Lawrence, you and I,
Yes.
we go seek out a couple of first drafts here on the dance floor. Make a
Oh.
good first impression, and then maybe try be a bit more honest.
Honesty. Truth. Real truth. Not
Yeah.
just the beautiful kind.
Yeah,
I'll give it a go.
I know you can.
Thanks, old chum.
Okay, come on. I can't promise I won't kiss you. And he heads off and begins to pour some wine for the both of you as Cressida. What are you doing?
I would assume that she's probably at this point surrounded by a bunch of people wanting to know answers or what's going on or anything of that sort. To which she would probably just address them saying, we'll figure it all out. However, I am now Viscountess Altair. And I don't need to marry anybody, she says, chugging back another drink. Because now she has her fortune and doesn't need to marry anyone for it.
As you say this, your eyes fall to the skies, and you see a very large, indomitable, grey edifice of a ship. It almost looks like the obelisk from 2001. It is huge and mighty. And you see, extending from it, a long bridge of grey light. It is a ship that you have seen before, belonging to the Sisterhood of the Bronte Cluster, the religious order of nuns that inhabit the fringes of the Austin Nebula. 3 individuals float down on this bridge of light and stand implacable on the distance, the edge of this large rock. And they wait.
Excuse me, she says, just passing through people to walk toward them. And as she approaches, does she recognize any of them?
You recognize the one in the center. It's a face you said goodbye to a very long time ago.
I think, without even a moment's hesitation, she would not slow her pace and just wrap her arms around this center figure. And
As
just hold her close.
behind you in the distance, a galaxy implodes in on itself, the wave shooting out throughout the space around it, the ripples of it felt even here, the trees and the grass all around you shuddering. Even above that, you hear the softest whisper in your ear, Cressida. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. Nothing was your fault. She says, pulling away and looking in the eyes of her mother. But you're safe now, and it's just me and you can have life here again. Safely. And I could teach you all about high society, because I know it's been a while.
The nuns either side of her sort of glance at one another and they sort of...
Sorry, she will not do anything at all. And then she leans into her mom. I gotta get you out of here.
As this is happening, Celine, what are your final movements around the party? As the ripples of a dead galaxy begin to slowly fade away.
I think she is actually sat at a table, and I know that Edgar is busy with Lawrence at the moment, but I think maybe just a rotation of people just kind of come over and chat. But Celine is there along with Montgomery and Eleanor and Edgar and Francesca, should she want to join, and just kind of like they're just kind of eagerly planning, you know, this new venture that they're hopefully going to embark on together. And Lawrence and Francesca and even Cressida are invited to join in, should they so wish. And she's just very excited about this prospect and the future. And if she gets a moment, she's going to say to Cressida, I would love for us to actually discuss the whole blackmail thing, because I think that was just a lot.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. We'll talk again.
Sure we will.
I'm going to play one final resolve token. As Celine, as the evening dissipates, and with the sheer magnitude and spectacle of the galaxy in the distance having passed, many turn to leave, though the band still remains. As you turn away, you see that tucked into a fold of your dress, a small slip of paper that you had not seen previously, seemingly deposited on your person. And as you bring it out, you see a dance card. It is marked for the most part, but there is an empty final slot.
He was able to squeeze me in.
You turn around and you see, stood off near the middle of the dance floor, surrounded by near hundreds of swirling and twirling couples and thruples around the dance floor, a very familiar figure to you.
She will, while smiling, beaming at her, she will head over to Eleanor and take her hand, and then just slowly transfer that into a hold, and spin her around the dance floor.
And as you do,
Yeah.
it is though a galaxy is born anew. As we move on to our next chapter, our reputation chapter.
Oh, again?
So, oh no, we skip this because this is the final chapter. So, what do we do now? Let me just check.
Cry.
I haven't thought.
Cry party.
So we skip the reputation, we skip the rumor and scandal. So we now move straight to the epistolary chapter, and each of you gets one letter from several years later. It can be a letter or a journal entry.
That we have sent, or can we
Yeah.
can we receive one?
Get or receive.
I will leave
give
that in your hands. Bear in mind you also have monologue tokens that you haven't used, so you can also spend those in this as well.
Yeah.
So, I will start with Cressida.
I would like. This is kind of mean. I would love
Okay.
to receive from my cousin, kind of like a plea to get him out of jail.
Yes.
Just really make me feel so good years later about what I've done.
Years later, you receive a message through Emma, who first, with some amount of relish,
Like a collect
informs
call.
you.
This is coming from the blah 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 state prison. Would you like to answer?
And you receive a letter from your cousin, Lord Mab. Lady Cressida, I hope this finds you well.
Before you continue, she would say out loud, "It's Viscount, but okay." Viscountess.
As I'm sure you will have heard, I have been absolved of my father's crimes. They were not my own, though I profited from them. I am in the Bronte cluster currently, and I wondered if perhaps you might be willing to extend some generosity my way. Generosity, I understand, I never extended towards you. To perhaps allow me to have some small portion of my estate back. I don't like it here. It's very grey. The astral storms are wuthering in their intensity, and everyone is quite grim. I would quite like to return. I am sorry that my gain meant your loss. Yours undeservedly, Mab.
Mom, look at this one, she says. It's like the 7th one this year, honestly.
She leans across, stripped as she is now of her dour, grey garb, and wearing colours that you have picked out for her, and she leans across, and she laughs from within the estate that you now own. laughs that echo out throughout the star system. Lawrence.
I would like to send to everyone, many years later, a copy of a book of poetry that Lawrence has self-published. He hasn't actually managed to get any of it actually published. He has not received critical acclaim and success, but he has finally reached a point where he feels he's happy with the honesty that he has put into this work, when he wants his friends to read it. He accepts that they may not, in fact, read the poetry, but that's okay. That's okay too. It's for him.
I am going to play my final Fate Weaver token. I've used all of my NPC ones, but my final Fate Weaver token, the rest of you do not need to read it to know of the acclaim that it will receive. Reviews span the galaxy. Countless worlds and countless ships and countless species are amazed at this this new talent that has come seemingly out of nowhere, a supernova of poetry and of truth. And already there are whispers that a new magnum opus has been gifted upon this nebula. Celine.
I think Celine is going to she's going to write a letter to it. So basically journaling, but she's going to address it to her mother, who has passed on a while back. And she'll say, "Mother, I do wish you could be here to see how far we've all come. I get to see Father and the boys, and I get to see them and bring them to my home. They can come anytime they want. It's modest. It's not an estate, but it's mine. And the most important part is that we do have the stables nearby. And business is really flourishing. I never thought I would be able to do something like this, but I suppose I guess I was actually learning more about Rosings than I thought I was. Can you believe that people thought that we were using chemical substances? I don't know. It was a strange time. All natural rosings, and they're all beautiful. I think you would have really liked Eleanor. I think you would have seen just how kind she is, just the way I do. Things are going to be okay. I miss you, Celine.
And almost as if in answer, as you close your journal and you look to the skies, a star shoots across the horizon. And so we end where we began. Francesca.
I'd like to write a message to my mother. Mother, it has been some time. I would say I hope you are well, but I do not know if that would be the truth. No, I miss you. If you ever need my help, please let me know. I can see things a lot clearer now. And I know you wanted what was best for me. Please don't show this to the doctor. I am so much happier, Mother. I feel like a real person and not just a thing that was made for someone else. I go exploring a lot. I get to see Celine and I ride the Rosings. I can ride now, so that's exciting. I still miss you. Oh, this is... And she will stop writing and not send it.
The newly acquired purple orb on your wrist just flickers as Emma stands there. She cocks her head.
Emma, I don't know what to say.
Sometimes it's best to say nothing.
Yes. Right, I have to go. I have a riding appointment, so...
I'll pull up your carriage. And she flickers away from the orb. As we fade out towards the skies. Beyond these skies, the stars. The shifting, weaving, intersecting clouds of pink and blue and green. Planets exploding in the distance, forming new life. Ships cascading through the cosmos. Entire species moving from one side of the galaxy to the other. Storms emanating and echoing between planets and stars and meteors and asteroids. A society lives here. Good or no, it is not for us to judge, but a society it is. More importantly, people live here. People who love, people who trust, people who join, come together, and people who don't, and that is the way of things. But it is their story. Just as we have come to the end of ours. We close one book, and we pick up another. And we start anew. And we will see you again soon, in time. But remember this story, as we will remember yours. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh.
Well
Usually,
done.
we would do upkeep, but I feel fairly confident in terms of roleplay. Everyone has achieved at least some semblance of inner conflict. So that everyone is good society. That is an incredible system by the Story Brewers company. Go check it out. It's phenomenal, as you have seen ably demonstrated by our phenomenal cast. And yeah,
And incredible GM.
And you.
But yeah, go check it out. It's wonderful. It is a perfect social game. And yeah, I honestly don't have enough good things to say about it, but I will hand back over to Sharmony.
We will be launching our petition soon for Edward Spence to narrate all of our lives.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Possibly
100%. Yeah.
some kind of a Kickstarter. I don't know.
Yeah.
We will be stealing him, and
Yeah.
that will be our life.
Yeah.
Now. It's just
Yeah.
Perfect.
yes, that's absolutely phenomenal. We're so fortunate to have all three of our wonderful guests here today, and last week as well, and we're really, really appreciative of you all coming and giving up your evening/morning.
Yes. Sam.
The time difference.
The time difference.
To come and tell beautiful, beautiful stories with us. Really, really beautiful, and for bringing us the Good Society, which I'd never played before.
No,
so
me
thank you
either.
so much,
It's
for that as well.
beautiful.
Now one of my favorite.
Bit obsessed
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Oh.
We were chatting in our Discord chat with the 5 of us, and we were like, should we just play this as a home game? Like, is this what we do now? And I have been thinking about it non-stop since last week, and yeah, it's
I mean,
It's
there
so
are
good.
corners of the galaxy that we didn't even touch. So I don't know if you wanted to do a
Oh,
sequel
world
series. I'd be
building.
down.
You mean the galaxy's bigger than this? Weird.
It's real big.
call it the fight for Edgar
I'm
and
a
Montgomery.
scientist, but I might not understand how galaxies collapse. But I'm fairly sure when they're here, they expand. So,
Yeah.
Let's we are running a little bit over time, so let's quickly go around and please tell us, lovely guests, exactly where we can find you all. Give us your handles. Tell us what we can see more of you in, because that's all any of us want right now.
Yes.
Sam.
Me first.
Yeah.
I am Sam, pronounce she, her, and I, first and foremost, thank y'all so much for having me as your American. I appreciate it. It's been great over here, and I would wake up at any time to be here again. So y'all are phenomenal to play with, and I very much have adored all of your characters and your storytelling. So thank you. And then as for that, you can find me all of the places online at Just Sam, JUSTSEUM, or on Twitch at Sam, SEUM. However, I play in a charity TTRPG called Eden Falls that our lovely GM here also GMs there, and we are in our 2nd season. We use the Free League publishing system, Tales from the Loop. It is, Ed could tell you more, but it is an incredible story. We just reached the halfway point of season 2, and it's a wild time. But that is on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. PT, 4 p.m. Eastern, or 9 p.m. GT over on twitch.tv/Wounded Warrior Project, which is the nonprofit that we raise money for during the live show. And it's amazing. You're welcome to catch up on any seasons over there in the video collections or over on my YouTube. And then on Wednesdays, I play in a Pathfinder 2E/DD5E campaign hybrid called Stormforge as a player alongside Edward Spence. We're just appendages of each other, y'all. I'm so sorry.
basically, yeah.
Yeah, he's like my adoptive Brit, and I'm the adoptive American. It's great. But, yeah, so you can catch us over on Captain Robear's channel. That is on Wednesdays at, oh gosh, I can't do this one. 11:30 a.m. PT. What is that for you, Ed? What is that for you? Is that 7:30?
It's fine. It's, yeah,
7:30 GT, because it's the same as this one. I just remembered. Haha. I'm doing great. But, yeah, other than that, I don't know. Good luck finding me. I do stuff. That's it.
Wonderful. Liv.
Yes. Also, huge thank you to RPGeeks for having me. This is just wonderful. Like, what a wonderful experience. Like, the past 2 Mondays have been transcendental. It's been wonderful. Everyone's you're all delightful. Thanks. That sounded so sarcastic, but I'm just overwhelmed with emotion.
We're British, we get it. It's fine.
We all understand, don't worry.
We're British. We get it.
We all get it. And also, big shout out to everyone in the chat, because you've all been very lovely as well. Thanks for welcoming all of us and stuff. But yeah, you can find me. I'm at Does Dark Magic on social medias, and Olivia Does Dark Magic on Twitch and elsewhere. And you can find me on the Three Black Halflings podcast, where we discuss pop culture and just being a person of color in the TTRPG space and a bunch of cool stuff like that. Also on youtube.com/dicebreaker, where we just do a bunch of like tabletop stuff. And we also have an actual play series over there, and I play a investigative journalist tiefling who's cool, I think. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Also, if you're heading to MCM in October, it is October now, it's so soon, oh my goodness, the end of October, so myself and Charmony, and then also myself and Ed, are going to be on 2 different panels at MCM, and it's going to be real fun. Going to be playing D&D 5e, but also Sexy Battle Wizards. Yes, that's correct, isn't it, Ed?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I'll be
sexiest, battliest wizardiest.
I'm so ready to see which of your stats is the highest, the sexiest, the baddest, the wizard.
If it's not sexy, you're doing it wrong, everyone. That's the rule.
Exactly. Made by the wonderful Grant Howitt. But that should be fun. I think that's pretty much it. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Ed.
I mean, everyone else has already plugged all of my stuff.
Ed, are you on Twitch? I haven't done a shout out for you.
No, I have a Twitch account, but I don't do anything on it because I'm kind of like I'm a GM for hire.
He's an entity.
I am an entity, yes. But no, you can find me on Twitter at Edward_Spence_. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like Sam said, you can see us tomorrow for all you Brits out there. That will be 9 p.m. As we leap into the second half of our second season. There's time travel involved, which has involved a lot of mental gymnastics on my end, but it's been so much fun. Our cast is incredible. We have Gabe Hicks, we have Becca Godsey, we have Justice Van. It's stunning. And obviously we have Sam. It's a phenomenal cast. It's a great story that they're telling, and I'm very, very privileged to just be barely hanging onto the reins of. And yes, come meet me at MCM London Comic Con. It's going to be a great fun time. I cannot wait to be GM'd by Liv. It is phenomenal to me that I get to play with her twice in 1 month. I'm very, very excited about that. Also, if we're plugging other people's projects as well, Sam has a new fashion series which is on Twitch, which is very, very good. It's 3 episodes deep in. The latest episode had Yellow Spoon Girl, who is another very dear friend. I'm sure that's going to be a riotous time. I've not had time to check up on it yet, but thank you to the RPG community, the RPGeeks community, for being so welcome, so warm.
This is why I wanted to call it RPGeeks. This is why.
there's you may call it RPGeeks if you like. There's debate. It's not a settled issue.
I mean, there's really not debate. There was debate with the first month.
You can make that happen.
So if everyone can sound off with GIFs in the comments, that would be great.
Block him.
But no, thank you, Emily and Shamini, for inviting not only myself but all of us on and trusting us with this wonderful story. And yeah, it's been such a delight, and hopefully we can do it again soon. But
nice.
So much love to all of you.
That'd be great.
Emily and I are super lucky. We've had a lovely time. Like, we've just been getting to play so many fun games with cool people. We have also been working really hard, I should say. So please do support us if you're not already on the various platforms at RPGeeks D&D. That's RPGeeks DND on Instagram, Twitter. On Twitter and Instagram and Twitch. And rpgeeks.co.uk, and we have a Patreon as well. Oh, I'm going to shout out some of our exciting patrons who.
Oh no, patrons, yes.
No, not you. Do you want me to shout out you?
No, I meant the patrons. Not the patrons. The stuff we had coming up, but you're doing something else. But you carry on.
I was going to do the. Let me do the patrons quickly, which is today I have selected 2 patrons whose names begin with letters next to each other in the alphabet, and also whom it's one of their birthdays. It's Megan and Nick. thank you so much for supporting us and ongoing happy birthdays to Rogue Octopus.
Woo.
Also, just a
Happy
bonus shout
birthday.
out just for today. You're gonna sing?
I was going to, but it's
We've
okay,
tried
no, you
singing
carry
on
on,
Twitch
yeah.
before. It goes badly. It goes badly. Bonus shout out to Folarin, our newest Patreon subscriber as well. Thank you so much. And yeah, Bates, tell us what we've got coming up.
So next week, very exciting, we are playing Blood on the Clock Tower with loads of TTRPG people and people from the Pandemonium Institute, who are the people who made Blood on the Clock Tower. How is the tech gonna work? It's all a great question. I vaguely know, but I'm so nervous about it. But it's gonna be really fun. If you want to see a lot of TTRPG players lying and murdering each other and not being able to roleplay, that's what I'm most excited about, because if you roleplay your character, everyone will know who you are, and then they'll kill you if you're a good character. So it's we're gonna put them against their natural instincts. I'm very excited about it. That is next week on the 16th. On the 23rd, we have a one-shot coming up. We have not announced who's on that.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Now we
do
are.
it now.
We're announcing.
Who are the people? We have from Who Lives Who Dies? Yes.
Rhys Lawton.
Rhys Lawton.
From Who Lives Who Dies.
From Who Lives Who Dies, who is great.
It's lovely.
He's lovely. And we have Mr. John Gracie, who also does a lot of Blood on the Clock Tower stuff. And but he's not doing the Blood on the Clock Tower, he's doing the week after. We have pre-recorded that, and we've already done it. We did a heist, and Chamonix fate weaved it, and it was yes, a mayonnaise heist is the pitch, and it was proper mad, and the most number of reveals I think have ever been condensed into a 2-hour show. It was stunning. And then after
RPS,
that,
here's the second, very high.
we have do we start on the 30th for Kids on Bikes?
Love Kids on Bikes.
Quickly to the calendar. Yes. And then
Yes.
after that, we have the most exciting kids. Maybe not the most. They're all exciting. We have Kids on Bikes. We have a 3-part series on that is pre-recorded. We had Zach from Realms Pod guest GMing for that. And we also were joined by another of the 3 Black Halflings, Jasper William Cartwright. And our own Ali Jennings was actually there for it as well. So,
Jennings!
Ali Jennings. Also, this is the first stream we've done where Simon's news is now public information. So now you all know why Simon's away, because he's got a little baby.
Pixel baby.
Pixel
Congratulations to Simon and
We
his
love you.
family and his Pixel
Keep sending us
baby.
pictures. He's sent us so many pictures. It's excellent.
More pics.
More pics.
Truly, he has
I'm
become
rambling
father.
now.
I think
that's everything. I think that's
we're
everything.
good. Yeah.
But yes.
Keep an eye on our socials for more info. Thank you all so much. Get a good night's sleep / have a nice rest of your day.
Yes.
Thanks.
We shall see you in the
Okay.
future.
Thank you,
Farewell.